What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal, and we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. And today we talking fight news. Alright, people, there's some new news out surrounding Terrence Crawford and his potential upcoming fight at the end of 2019. And there's some Pacquiao news that I'll be getting to after the Terrence Crawford news. So, stick around, man. Hit that like button if I'm at. If you need any channel art done, or if you want to be involved with the Ali Land boxing community, man, hit me up in the comment section or head over to the community section. If you need any Pacquiao gear, I have a Teespring store. I can do custom T-shirts for you. So just leave me a comment, man. All right, let's get to it. All right. Crawford's trainer targeting Spence fight for late 2019. Let's check it out. This comes from Boxing News 24. What up with you? You ain't gonna sponsor me, so I like to give you as a what up, so whatever. But shout out to Chris Williams. WBO champion Terrence Crawford trainer. Brian McKintry is hoping that a ununification match can be made against IBF. No, I'm sorry. That a unification match can be made against IBF welterweight champion Earl Spence Jr. by the end of 2019, as long as Terrence Crawford takes care of business in his next title defense against Amir Khan on April 20th. He has no doubts in his mind that Crawford, 34-0, 25 KOs, is going to defeat Khan 33-4, 20 on April 20th on ESPN pay-per-view. Doesn't promote Crawford that McKintry said doesn't promote Crawford that job is held by Bob Arum at Top Rank, and he said on Tuesday that he's not going to bother making a fight between Crawford and Spence, which is true, man. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna read the whole article. If you want to check it out, it's Boxing 24. Shout out to Chris Williams once again, even though you don't sponsor me. I don't know why that was so funny to me. It just made me mess up that whole little article. But to me, this fight's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Earl Spence is too strong for Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford is the only cow really left at Top Rank. You could say it's Vasil Lomachenko, but because he doesn't speak English, it's going to be hard for him to break into the American market and be a high dollar guy. He's a high fan, supported guy, but I don't think people are going to invest a lot of money in Vasil's career. African Americans love that star, so Terrence Crawford is going to be a star over her eventually. Whether he can rise to the level of Maypac and beyond, I don't think so. I think Earl Spence has a better shot just because of his size and his skill set. I know a lot of people don't like Spence, but, I just think it is what it is. You can call him a weight bully. You can call him all these things, but it's up to people to beat him. It's not up to Earl Spence to go in there and defeat himself. These guys actually have to get in the ring and defeat Spence. So, at 147 pounds and beyond, I just feel like Earl Spence is the name to beat. Pacquiao still there, Mayweather, I don't know, Crawford to a certain extent, these new guys like Porter, Mikey, Thurman, they're all third level, compared to Pacquiao, Crawford, and Spence. So I just feel like this fight's probably not going to happen, and especially not this year. It's going to take for Earl Spence to either get beat up a little bit in an upcoming fight, or for him to completely get defeated for, I think, Terrence Crawford actually want to fight him. All right, man, we can move on from there to some more of the latest news for the day, man. I spoke last night about Pacquiao and his sparring partner. So if you want to check that video, that's the last video I put out. All right, let's check this. Let's go article trolling. I'm gonna teach you how to article troll. All right, there's a lot of talks around in this Terrence Crawford so-called Spence fight. Let's touch on this. I haven't talked about this yet. And I was a big Vladimir Klitschko fan. I was actually a bigger fan of Vladimir. I don't know why, but I just like Vladimir more. But Vladimir kind of fell apart. When I needed him to be strong for me, he fell apart. Klitschko, rubbish rumors, he's set for April comeback. Okay, it was reported that former WBA, IBF, and WBO title holder was set for a shock comeback in April with British heavyweight Dillian Whyte, a rumored opponent. Klitschko, through though says he has no plans to return, has called reporters an early April fool's joke. Interesting. And I didn't think he would come back. There's no reason for him to come back. He's done so much in the sport of boxing. He held the title for so long. Probably nobody's ever gonna hold the title as long as he held the title, and do it in the fashion that he did. Maybe his record's not as strong as Pacquiao's record. With that 8 divisions, nobody's breaking that record. But that Klitschko record, it might get broken. But I think his name is pretty solidified in the sport of boxing. There's no reason for him to come back and Roy Jones himself in the sport of boxing. I don't want to see that. Like I said, I liked Vladimir a lot more than I liked. I guess you say Witali. Waldemar. Waldemar Klitschko. However you say his name, Klitschko. The other Klitschko brother, the one who had the belts, who didn't let me down, Vladimir. But I used to love watching Vladimir fight until he started. I don't know, something's changed in his. I guess it was when Emmanuel Stewart died. I think Emmanuel Stewart had a lot to do with his success. So maybe that was it. I don't know. But he started, man, funking up the place. All right, let's get into some Pacquiao news, man, before we get out of here. Latest Pacquiao rumblings that's going on. This fight is creeping up on this man real fast. Saturday's 3 days away. Cable's still on, so I'll be watching it. Tell Time Warner to look out for a brother, man. Alright, with nothing to prove and little to gain, why is Manny Pacquiao still fighting? Sports Illustrated, who will never, ever, 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 ever sponsor Ali Land Boxing. Alright, man. Manny Pacquiao leans forward inside the downstairs locker room at the Wild Card Boxing Club. He's pointing at his hair, specifically the random gray strands near his temples. And behind his head, proof, he says, that he turned 40 last December. That he's 24 years removed from his first professional fight. Posters hang on the wall behind him. Therefore, his next bout on Saturday against Adrian Broner at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, 9 p.m. Showtime PPV. Pacquiao wraps gauze and tape around his hands. He's readying for sparring, his feet propped on a red stool. There's really only one question to ask him at this point, and it's simply, why with titles in 8 different divisions, 60 victories, 69 fights, thousands of blows assorted. The time in 2012 where Juan Manuel Marquez knocked him out cold. The happy family man, the good life, the day job as a senator in the Philippines with nothing left to prove and little left to gain. That's the question for now until the end. Why? And we're going to leave it there, man. If you want to check out this article at Sports Illustrated, it was written by Greg Bishop. Listen, man. It's hard to admit that you might not be doing something for much longer at a high level, especially something you love to do. And letting go of things sometimes can be a difficult process. So, you know, I feel like Pacquiao, as long as he's a happy guy and as long as he's performing at a high level, there's no need for him to retire at this point. You know, if he can still do what young guys do, then you're not old. You know, it's just a number. So it's enjoyable to watch him do what he does. Now I hope nothing bad happens to him in the sport of boxing. You know, I'm hoping for a great victory on Saturday. Win or lose, I'm still going to be a Pacquiao fan. I just won't be able to report on upcoming fights. I just have to remember all the old fights, you know. But win or lose, I'm still going to be a Pacquiao fan. We're just going to have to rinse and repeat on to something new, you know what I'm saying, as far as upcoming fights. And we'll have plenty of Pacquiao documentaries coming, in case, you know. But I feel like Pacquiao is strong, man, and he's ready for this. And he's 40 years young, and he still has at least 1.5 good years left in the sport of boxing, man. That's Ollie Land Boxing Talk for now. Need any boxing gear, description box, or the comment section. Hit that like button for me. You know, and the homeless people, man, 1 minute of your life can change their life, along with sharing something as simple as some leftovers, man. If you ain't got nothing else to talk about, just tell them about boxing, man. Cardinal does it all, and Ollie Land Boxing Talk. We out of here.